Hello, hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to the infectious madness of Doctor Dekker. In the last episode, we were chatting with Nathan. I believe the very last thing he asked us was about our favourite season. Yep, which we answered as autumn. I believe we were just really talking with him about what he was doing on Valentine's Day. Because he was at Henley Church because Valentine's Day was also the day that Hannah died. Yes. I seem to remember feeling rather stumped with Nathan. I wasn't actually too sure where the game wanted me to go, so let's start off with a hint. What did Dekker think of you? What were you doing at the time of Dekker's murder? Ooh, both very good questions.
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing.
Oh. Dekker cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
I find that interesting. So, if I remember correctly, let's go back to Patience. This is striking me as something a little bit similar to what Bryce said. Because Bryce arrived at Dekker's, what was it? He had symptoms of depression and anxiety, I think. And it was all because he couldn't get his work done. He wasn't used to failure. And Dekker said, think of a way to get more time. And then Bryce said, oh, well, if I had an extra hour every day, I could get my work done. And Dekker said, now believe it. Believe you have that extra hour, and now he does. So I'm guessing that maybe Nathan only got his loop days after he started seeing Dekker. Okay. We don't know anything about Claire or Mariana, about whether they have any powers. Ellen's saying she can shift, so I wonder if she had those shifting abilities already, or if she only got them after she started seeing Dr. Dekker. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, yes, I can give you advice. Whoops, there we go. Yes, I can give you advice.
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Oh, that is a quandary. Here's my thinking. I am inclined to agree with Dr. Dekker when he said that Hannah was holding Nathan back. I think Nathan is... Well, one, he's not dated since Hannah's death, and I don't blame him for that. I don't think he should date. I went into this in the last episode, I remember that. If he's not ready to date again, then he shouldn't force himself to. It's a very stupid idea. However, he has built Hannah up in his head as this angel, this example of perfection, and as harsh as this sounds, I think he does need to let go of Hannah. I wonder if maybe once he's burned all of her stuff, he'll stop having his loop days. Now onto the quandary itself. I get the feeling that to move forward, he would have to burn something incredibly important to her. What was it he said? He needed something brutal and terrible in order to move forward, something like a murder. And here's the thing, burning her photographs, as he said, he's got them all in Dropbox. So what does it matter if he burns the photographs? That's not going to be enough of an emotional connection because he can just go and see the digital versions. So I think he needs to burn the rocking chair. The rocking... Oh, that's an X. Chair. There we go.
Set fire to the rocking chair. I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards.
Good point. You are rather like a rocking chair, aren't you, my dear? And yes, what were you doing at the time of Dekker's murder?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Okay. Are you saying that Dekker tried to call you at the time he was murdered? That Dekker was the missed call? Or are you saying that you were in the graveyard and you got a missed call? Could be either. Now that got him up to Amber, Jaya. Or Jaya. Oh then. Hello.
Hey you. Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though.
Very quickly, I want to see, yes, maybe Jaya could check Elin's alibi with the taxi company. And Nathan also said something. We should ask Jaya about who Dekker was seeing on the day, although that didn't pop up here for some reason. Let's go along with this. Grief.
Oh, I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Okay. Maybe what was Dekker like? No, not why. What was Dekker like? I'm really struggling with myself to not press the caps lock. You have no idea how much I want to capitalize shit, but the game does it for me already. I was making sure the couch is comfy. Nice work, Jaya.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. Quick question. I said this before, the game hasn't really told me the answer. I can't tell if Jaya is like the practice manager, if she's Dr. Dekker's assistant, or if she's like the practice secretary. I really don't know what's going on with you. Like, either way, doctor-patient confidentiality. Dekker shouldn't have been dating his patients. 2, he shouldn't have been telling Jaya anything about what was going on in sessions like that. Dr. Dekker just sounds sketchier and sketchier the longer we go. Okay, let's go through the patients. Mariana
is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
I find that interesting. I find that very interesting. I have so many thoughts swimming around in my brain, and it is very difficult to verbalize all of them. I'm getting a word, siren. Mariana likes the beach. She's very predatory. By siren, I don't mean like the Disney, the Little Mermaid, like, oh, fun, happy fish people swimming in the ocean, la la la. I don't mean like that. I mean like Brothers Grimm siren sat on the rocks, very predatory, like, oh, sailors, come to me, and drown him under the waves. Like, I said that before, Mariana seemed predatory to me. She goes to bars and clubs because they have cheap vodka shots. That is going to get people really drunk really quickly, and she's drinking the water. She's watching the crowd. She's watching people dance. And I'm like, I think maybe Mariana's a siren. That's what I think. Then again, I thought she was also in league with Cthulhu before. I don't know. Mariana confuses me, and I don't like being confused. Bryce.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Bryce, stop making the assistant secretary / practice manager uncomfortable. God damn it, Bryce. You've undressed enough people. You don't need to do that with Jaya. For fuck's sake. Nathan, please tell me you like Nathan, because I like Nathan.
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Ooh, why does he remind you of Tom?
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Oh, I think I've gotten mistaken. I mistook Tom for Ben. That was it. I thought she was talking about the night cleaner who was going to sue us. Oh yeah, we've got to deal with that. Shit. I'm guessing Tom must have been a patient then. Strange hobby?
Tom liked to base jump.
Oh no.
That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
He did. Oh no. God damn. He died?
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing she must have been close to Tom. She must have at least liked him if she wished she'd said goodbye to him. Said goodbye?
I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. You know, here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
Oh, Dr. Dekker resigned. And why did he do that?
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. You know, it's sad, but doctors come and go and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. You know, I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
What, miss, please, what is your job title? What is your job title? Also, did we... Yes, we got a clue. 11th of February, so that is 3 days before he died. To whom it may concern, please accept this letter as notice of my intention to resign from my position. D. Dr. Dekker. Oh. Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Because Jaya just said that he was confident. She said that he was quiet and solitary, but as he got further on, he kind of grew in confidence because he felt like he fitted in. Everything we've heard about Dekker, I don't know, I have this image of him in my head as this very, I don't know. Oh God, what is the word I am looking for? I can see it clearly in my head. I guess I'm gonna have to use confident, because that is as close a word as I can come to. I picture him as this stoic, confident, almost like an immovable object. You know, expressing his will on the other patients, making them gain these bizarre powers. Everything I have been led to believe about him, resignation, it just doesn't fit. Him resigning from his job. Yeah, I get what Bryce was saying earlier about how he seemed to give less of a shit. You're not wearing shoes either. What the fuck is wrong with the people in this place? But yes, let's not get distracted. Bryce said he cared less about his patients the more as time went on. That just strikes to me as that Dekker had an ego. People with egos don't resign. They have to be fired. Unless it gets to a point where they kind of become like, oh, I'm way too good for this job. Therefore, give me a pay rise or I'll resign. You won't give me a pay rise? Fuck you then, I'll resign. I don't know. I don't know. Also, quickly, we only got to ask about 3 of them, so Elin.
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
I said the exact same thing. And Claire?
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Can we ask you about the temporary patients? Lacey.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't know.
Okay, we can only ask you about the main 5. Got it. Yeah, that is everyone. I'm not forgetting anyone. Bryce, Claire, Elin, Marianne, and... Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Let's look at this one again.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, work late. That's right, Dekker was working late when he was killed. So why didn't he have Jaya here with him? Or Jaya, I don't know why I'm gonna keep getting her name wrong. Work late?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Pattern.
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Oh, can we see the referral letters?
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Oh, do we have them? I want to... Oh, come on. Okay, then. We'll look at them later if she remembers. Oh. So as a bit of a hobby, I enjoy code breaking. I love ciphers, and as such, I like finding patterns. So that entire spiel, I'm like, yo, let me find the pattern. I'm good at that. Okay, and yes, and what else was here?
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. It's sad, but doctors come and go, and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
Okay. Alderby.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
He was a trustee, yet he was also one of Dekker's patients. That's a bit weird. Yes, who had a session on Valentine's Day?
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Okay. Did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. Nathan said that he missed it. He didn't pick up the phone. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, tell me about Ben.
So, should I get a solicitor or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Oh, well, thank you for taking me out of that. Oh, I don't know. Obviously, I am going to take all of these people to Green. I really don't know with Ben, because here's the thing. If I remember correctly, he was suing us for emotional shock because of, he found the body. And my wonder is that maybe like a family member might have told him, hey, you should sue them. Like, his heart might not be in it. So really, like, Jaya could just maybe go round to his house, have a cup of tea with him and, like, talk it out. On the other hand, if that isn't what happened, if he is really like, oh, I want to get some money out of this, we're going to need that solicitor. But if it's the first scenario, that might scare him to the point where he starts taking those claims seriously. Like, it's such a conundrum. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. You know what? I'm gonna move on to a different patient. But first things first, I want her to check with the taxi company. Can you check Elin's alibi? Maybe.
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid.
Here's the thing, how do I get her to do that? A taxi company?
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Okay. Okie doke. So Elin does have an alibi. Got it. Although that being said, I thought that Dekker was murdered at 10:20. That's the note I made, that Dekker was killed at 10:20. Even so, it would be rather difficult to slip away from your date and... You know what? For now, I'm going to assume that Elin has an alibi. Okay. Let's go back to Bryce. God damn. I don't want to talk about you, but let's do this. Where were you at? Okay, we have out of control. Jessica, how did he change? Advice, the coffin was empty. Got it. Okay, let's see what the hints say. Have you ever destroyed anything? Have they found any more relics? Why didn't you stop seeing Dr. Dekker? These are all very good questions.
Yes, I suppose I've destroyed a few things whilst in the hour. You can be the perfect supervillain. Nobody knows it was you.
Very true. I said this before. If I got the extra hour, I'd steal shit. I'd rob banks. I know that. Where are we? Okay, let's ding all these to the top. Out of control. There we go. Jessica. How did he change? And advice. The coffin was empty. Okay, was Dekker's not coffin empty. Okay. There we go. That's all the ones from down here, I believe. Yes. There we go. All in one handy-dandy place. Let's see. Let's just go through these.
That wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan, caused quite a stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently. Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend. It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. Well, I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
Buddy, don't you dare slag off Nathan in my vicinity. You are a pervert that has been undressing ladies without their consent. You do not get to slag off a man about wanting to talk about his dead girlfriend. Bryce says Nathan was with a female student all Valentine's night. So that's another, oh my god, alibi. There we go. So we know that Elin was at the pier. Nathan was at the graveyard because he kept talking to a girl there.
Because you have to hope, don't you, Doctor? It's only the power of hindsight that made me realize how toxic it all was. And after a point, you go too far to be able to come back anyway.
Sunk cost fallacy. He thought, I've been seeing Dr. Dekker for so long, I might as well. Okay. Let's start from the bottom.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Maybe how did you realize that people was frozen? Or maybe everyone was frozen? Because we've asked him about living on his own. And we've gone through what we would do.
No. Sorry.
Okay, maybe not. Let's try something easier.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
maybe what did you do with the photos of Jessica? Because, like, if he's tossed them or burnt, well, don't chuck them away, because if she finds them, she's going to be really confused. But, like, maybe if he burned them, that would be better? He still took them in the... Bryce is just an asshole. Do with the photos.
I can't delete them. I don't know why. I haven't shown them to anyone else. Do you want to see them, Doctor?
Hell the fuck no! No! I don't want to see them. There goes my timer, you hoe.
No, of course you don't. It's just me. I'm the sick one.
Yes, you are, and you don't get to say that with a sad puppy dog look when she's the one that's had her rights violated. You bitch. I'm sorry. I'm getting angrier at Bryce the longer I interact with him, which is a probably good reason why I'm going to take a break now, because I am out of time. In the next one, God, I hope we can finish up with Bryce quickly. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.